Hello! Sorry for the late start. I had to go grab some water. I completely forgot, and I knew my throat was just gonna die if I didn't get it. So, hello, how's everyone doing this evening, afternoon, noon? It's noon for me. Just noon, not after. But I'm actually gonna turn down the music a bit because it's loud for me. And then I'll adjust. There we go. That's better. I like that more. But anyway, please let me know if this stream is working, if it's broken, if it's, I don't know. So what do we have in store for stream today? Well, the first thing I am working on is I want to finish what we were working on last stream. I've been working on putting it all together, the Lake of Endem, but as you can see by these giant, weirdly colored squares on the tile map, things aren't working quite how I would hope they are. There's this weird glitch going on where, for some reason, despite everything seemingly being correct, Lake of Endem won't generate on the tile map. So I'm currently in the midst of a test to see if I can fix that. I'm not sure if it will work. It might not. So we're going to start off the stream with that, and then regardless of the result, we're going to move over to Rarous. Well, if the result is positive, we're going to move over to Rarous and also at the same time do a cleanup run on Lake of Endem. But if the result is negative and it still doesn't work, then we're just going to move on over to Rarous. I think there may be an issue with Lake of Endem just being too big. Because while in Thrones of Britannia there are some tiles this large, there are no individual tiles this large in base Attila. So there may be some actual functional compatibility that isn't there. So in short, lakes, lakes, lakes. I love lakes. I really don't. I like other things more, but I gotta do them. I'm the only one who knows how to do the lakes. So it's my responsibility. Love them so much. But anyway, let me know if there's any audio issues, connection issues, music issues. And as always, these streams are both me working on stuff, trying to give you guys some entertainment or whatever, but it also serves as a forum for if you guys have any questions, any things you want to ask about with modding, the mod, Lord of the Rings, whatever. Feel free to do so. Which do I like more, ponds or lakes? I honestly like ponds more. Well, how big of ponds are we talking? Are we talking like little puddles? Like little duck ponds? Or like little, small ones? Or like ones that you can go ice skating on? I've never been ice skating on a pond, but I want to. I know my school has one that it hasn't frozen over. I haven't whether it's frozen over yet. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Though I think they haven't allowed skating on it since like 1930 or something because it's too thin. A bunch of people died. I don't know. Do I like puddles or lakes more? Are we talking a deep puddle or a shallow puddle? Like, are we talking just like a little, you're walking along the street and there's a little puddle up against the sidewalk? Or are we talking like a deep, muddy puddle or something? Maybe not even muddy. It's like a deep puddle. Some siege map building? So, well, I could do a stream of that. LG wouldn't like it, because I'm supposed to, I do this, mainly. You'd have to ask Tira, or, Nick, to do a battle map stream. They might. I don't know. Or you could learn battle mapping and then join the team and do battle map streams. I don't say that it's the I don't mean this as an insult or to say that it's simple and not complicated or a worthy task, but out of everything to learn, battle mapping is probably the most straightforward to learn because everything actually works for battle mapping, and is straightforward. So while it's still a skill that is difficult to fine tune, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, if you're looking to learn something and you don't have pre-existing art skills or compute or very many programming skills, and you want to contribute, battle mapping is one of the easiest first things to get into. So maybe you can start doing some battle mapping streams. But anyway, what I've currently got going on is I am processing through up here this this new test here with this big red blob. Because what I'm trying to do is see if see if the issue with Lake of Endem is its size or if there's something wrong with the tile. So I just created a new blank from scratch tile of the same dimensions, and I'm processing that through. So if this tile works, then there is something wrong with Lake of Endem. If this tile doesn't work, that's actually a bigger problem, and it means that there's likely some sort of size limit, size cap on Attila tiles. So we're going to figure that out. Yes, good-looking maps are difficult to make. Basic maps are the most straightforward thing to make. Good-looking maps are a whole nother beast, but to start is what I'm saying. Interesting battle mapping. How much is there to do for the mod? What kind of things are needed? There's a lot of stuff needed. Of course, we're limited very much by our architecture, how much architecture we have. So the first thing we want first and foremost is more 3D artists for architecture. But there's still plenty of maps because we still need a whole slew of generic Gondor settlements that can be built up. We still need stuff for the Northmen. And then in terms of cities and stuff. But then there's also non-city battle maps, such as, like, we would love to have, you know, things like the maps for the Wold, where the Warg ambush takes place, or special maps for the Brownlands, where Frodo and Sam make their way through in Two Towers. All of these different things. There's so many fun and cool locations in Middle-earth. While we have our priorities, we only have a handful, really, not even, of active mappers. And so we always would love more, especially like talented, dedicated mappers. A talented, dedicated any role, we can always use more of. And yeah. Can you copy paste the generic settings to make them look the same? Yeah, we can, but that's not fun. Do you want to be playing in the same... You want to be battling in the same settlement over and over again? I don't want to do the same battle over and over again. So the plan is, following the basic Attila setup, well, we have all sorts of unique settlements. Each faction will have... 2 unwalled generics, 3 small generics, and 3 medium generics. And then a port. Or 2 ports, I believe. So there should be like at least 5 different settlements for each. So like, depending on where you're fighting with Gondor, there is going to be variation because I know I don't want to fight the same battle over and over again. And that also goes with why we're interested in getting more and more land maps, because it's a lot more fun when you're in some crazy new terrain, whether it be than when you're fighting in plains and muddy fields over and over again. Yeah. But so we can always use more map makers. We can always especially use more 3D artists. We can always use more animators. We can always use more modelers. We can always use more anything. So if you have any skills that could help, or if you know anyone with skills that could help, send them our way, or come our way if you have the skills yourself. Okay, so that is done processing. So now there are a bunch of missing tiles. I could just check to see, but I don't want to do that right now. It's going to be easier to come over here, add this stuff into here by a big tile tab. No, I want to train, campaign, main Attila map. Just hop over here, add in the new updated files, save this. Right, I still have the... Alright, I have to wait for that to shut down. I'm just going to re-add the files, because sometimes it can be a bit strange. Will the campaign work in co-op? Yes. I haven't played a co-op game myself, but I was chilling with some of our testers when they were doing a co-op game, and it is fun. The co-op is fun. My personal recommendation, well, from what I've seen... So because I don't have a personal recommendation yet, as I haven't played a co-op. But I assure you, Gondor v Mordor versus, well, I mean that's not exactly co-op, but you know, multiplayer campaign is the stuff. Yes, scripts are very limited in co-op. I think we've tried to make certain fight features work in co-op. Don't quote me on this, but a lot of stuff is limited in co-op. Very limited because of how the desyncing works. Because a lot of what am I gonna say? A lot of scripts are run via the host and don't get properly transmitted to the secondary player. And we don't also, for the other question in chat, we don't give estimates as to when it will be ready. It's closer to being ready than it has ever been before, but we don't give any sort of date estimate. Yeah, so like LG is saying, while overarching scripts like a Fellowship of the Ring script might not work in co-op, all sorts of faction mechanics, like I don't know what faction mechanics are published and which we still have not revealed, so I won't go into them, but faction mechanics all work still in multiplayer, which is quite amazing. But stuff more like, I don't know if you're familiar with 1212's Byzantine Empire stuff, things like that, or their Holy Roman Empire stuff. While we of course don't have those exact things, stuff along those lines, like the more complicated and involved things, sadly just don't work in multiplayer. Thanks. I'm gonna take Creamtastic as a compliment and not overthink it. So thank you. It does look Creamtastic. I can't believe I said that. What's up with the music? Oh, it's the end of the sound check. It's the end of the sound. Let me turn that up. Why is it playing ads? It just started playing one of these, like, the music playlist just started playing one of these. Like the terrible game ads. I don't know why it's doing this. It's not supposed to have any ads. I genuinely don't get it. Oh, adding Creamtastic as a Discord emoji. LG, we honestly ought to look into that, because normally it only plays ads at like the start of the playlist, but for whatever reason, it's been playing them like inside the playlist for me, just like at the start of videos. Will any horde mechanic be utilized by factions? Yes, but not in release v 1.0. The Dunedain Rangers of the North will be a horde faction. However, they will not be in release 1.0. They're honestly the faction I am the most excited about. What the fuck? Huh? Sorry, I'm gonna put my statement on hold. This is not the outcome I was expecting. Now the lake tile is working, but out of the blue all of a sudden, but the other tile isn't working. What? Why? Why is this tile working now? What did I change? I was expecting one of two outcomes. This is not one of them. I don't understand this. I don't know what to say. I'm confused and confuzzled and okay, honestly, that's good news. That's something I can work with. That's something I can work with. I don't know what I changed. All I did was add in, see, this tile right here, the one in this, like, pale blue. The pale blue was broken. It was not working. So I added in another tile here, a fresh one, to see if this one would work. And now this new fresh one that was supposed to work is not working. And this one is working. But this is the result that I wanted, but I didn't expect to get the result that I wanted. Okay, honestly, that's something we can work with. So we're now going to toggle over to the Rarous. While we're working on that, I'm going to also fix up the Lake of Endem while we're working on that. And yeah, for those of you who are wondering, see, so this right here, I currently removed the Lake of Vendom actually mesh because I was wondering if that was messing with something. Not the mesh, excuse me, but the lake itself. So it's currently just like a grassy patch here. And then this, I don't know. I'm confused. I am perplexed. I am scared. Okay, thanks. You know, I don't understand why it's so bad. I genuinely don't. I take your insult to heart because it's a blue Yeti. It's like whatever the nice whatever blue Yeti. I don't know if I'm doing something with it wrong. I don't know if maybe I've set it up completely incorrectly. I don't know what's wrong with my microphone, and it makes me sad. So now, you know what? I gotta put together a crying toggle. I don't have a cry toggle for this. I gotta fix it. I gotta add one of those, because then I could start crying now. Because that's what you've done to me. You know what? Campaign's delayed 3 years, 3 more years, because of this insult. But anyway, if anyone wants to just look at anything on the campaign map here as I'm getting this stuff up. No, I get it. The microphone bothers me as well. I don't know what is the cause of it, and I would like to know. I just genuinely have no clue. So, yeah, I don't know. Alright, so the first things first here with working on the Rarous Falls is I want to get up World Machine because I need to redo the export of my height map brush because it's currently bugged in TED. So that's the first thing we're going to do here. Going to load back up my Rarous project in here. I remember where I keep my projects. World Machine, no. Documents. Code machine documents. World machine documents. So that was just stuff that I was messing around with. I don't know. I'm on honestly might because the thing is why that hit home is I was actually thinking about that earlier as I was setting up for stream. I was like, why does my microphone sound like this? Why is it not better? How? Why? I hate everything. And I couldn't figure it out. So custom 1280. 1280. Okay, let's try that. And then let's see if this fixes it. Because so what's going on right now is there's just an issue with well, you'll see when I alright, let me resize TED here. Honestly, this is the worst part about TED. You can't use it in full screen mode. It has to be like at a specific resolution or else it doesn't work. This is my only problem with TED. It does not work in... It has to be at the specific resolution. And it can crash on occasion. But anyway, I saw some questions before that I didn't answer because I got distracted by the unknowing mysteries of the Terry tool. So I answered Horde Mechanic. Yes, Dunedain have Horde Mechanic. Thinking, how cheaty will the AI be? Have you observed any of their anti-player bias? I don't know. I actually don't have an answer to that. I can ask around, and I will try and see. I don't actually know what if there is. What am I saying? I don't know if there is player bias. I don't know if that's something we can control and remove. I'm fairly sure that if we can remove it, we will remove it. But I don't know if it just is something we can remove or not. Okay. This is the other thing I hate about TED. I said there was only like one, two things I hate about it. I also hate that you can sometimes just lose your map. It just disappears into the void, and there's like no way to get back to it. Actually, now that I think about it, there is a key that recenters the camera. I just don't remember what it is. Like, I have no idea what it is. I'm gonna move myself back over here. I had myself over there for the first part because I had the tile map over here, but I like it more when I'm right here. Okay, wait, no, I just had it. Motherfucker. There it is, I see it. You guys can see that little... No, my head's blocking it. You guys can see that little bit of green over there. That's the tile. Oh, no, now... God. There we go. I found my way home in the void. Okay. So, the current issue with the resolution is... I don't know if anyone on the team is... Or, I don't know if any... how many team members are ex-third age devs. I couldn't actually say. I'm not. I know I don't... None of our team leads are. So I don't know. Oh, all right. I need to open it up and this open. Hop over here to the no. This is funny. You guys will see this soon, but Elegy and I were working on editing together a short. Oh, Vic did? Okay, then I'm wrong. I'm a dumbass. Um, Elegy and I were working on editing together a short for the channel, and I somehow managed. Oh, what's that? What's that cutting out? Hello? Can you hear me? I don't know if they can hear me. Let's see. Okay, stuttering. Because why wouldn't it be stuttering? I gotta get a new computer, man. It loves to do this, it loves to F, it loves to F, it loves to F. Oh, you can hear me. Okay. It said that I can't. Okay. YouTube lied to me. Oh. YouTube is lying to me. Music. If you're interested, well, there's multiple ways. If you have a lot of existing experience, there's different ways to apply. If you're still just starting out, Tier, who is our map making lead, posted a tutorial earlier today on this channel. I'm gonna link it at the end of the stream actually. About which is a good tutorial on making prefabs, which is a solid way to get started learning. So if you already have some experience, good on you. We have different routes to apply on our Discord, link to which is in the description. But if you're just starting out, making some prefabs, which is a new new role that we have, I believe. LG can clarify that. I might not know. Which is a new role we have. So, depending on what you think you're capable of. Yes. Save. Wait, what did I do? Did I just break this? You have 0 experience? F? Oh, did it F? Now it F'd. Cool. Wait, is it? I know I keep breaking up. I'm not sure why. I'm gonna try one or two things. Alright, I tried one or two things. Maybe like my neighbors are like microwaving their entire house. Honestly, in this state, I wouldn't doubt it if my neighbors were microwaving their entire house. I mean, I guess that's more so Texas. Not Texas, that's more of a Florida thing to do than a Texas thing, but I don't know. Oh, so I've somehow made the problem worse. Lovely. But at least the terrain looks pretty good, I think. What do you guys think? So ignoring all of the weird lines, so I guess if we just zoom out, I think that this terrain looks pretty snazzy. I don't know if you guys can even hear me with how much it is, how much YouTube says is breaking up. I wish it would do the thing that OBS did last time I was streaming, which is like disconnected and then reconnected and disconnected and reconnected, because it honestly worked better. Oh wait, the error's gone away. Is it working now? Hold on, let me check on my phone. I can check my street, my thing there. Oh no, I think it's working now. It says it's working. Yeah, it says it's working. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going. It says it's working, and the error went away. I'm just gonna believe in myself. I don't know. I'm just gonna believe. Right, so I have two options here. This doesn't look good. It needs at least that to look good. So I need to get rid of that. Right, okay. Wait, hold on. If I just blend map. Oops. Height map. Blend map. Normal. Fill. Does that go away? Okay, LG is lying to me. Maybe it's his Italian internet. Maybe it's not. Maybe my Texan internet is brilliant and awesome, and everything about it is wonderful, just like everything in this glorious country. Um. Very cool world machine. Thank you. Thank you for freezing. Very, very nice. Very nice. Okay, world machine. Take your time. Take your time. Yeah, no, we're here all day. I'm trying to create a new... I'm trying to create a new viewport, and it's just frozen world machine. No, it hasn't. No, it's just frozen the options here. What? I don't know. What? Okay. Just those three buttons are frozen. You know what? I'm not gonna question it. I learned to stop questioning computer things a while ago. Delay exists. What's my favorite feature when designing maps? Are you referring to battle maps or with like overarching things? Because one of my favorite things to do with the campaign is to try and think how different choices will affect tactical like maneuvering, campaign maneuvering. I mean of course that's just like implicit in making something like that. But I really enjoy, so something you guys haven't really seen yet, is it's not fully implemented, is the Wold region. Um the Wold region consists of a lot of terrain obstacles. It's very hard. It's a very hard area for units for armies to move through. Um, it's not necessarily because units have slow movement, armies have slow movement speed through it, but because of how the terrain is shaped and how the different escarpments and stuff come down from the Anduin Vale. Uh, it's very hard. There's only a certain few routes that are a bit weavy and that weave a bit through the area, and I just really like that. Uh, I want to see more things like that. I'm hoping to add some more stuff like that to the Mahud jungles, because that's another good place for things like that. We might see some stuff like that in the Brownlands. I think there is more stuff like that in the Brownlands as well. And I do not know what is going on with this. It's specifically... Oh, I do know what's going on with this. I'm dumb. Hold on. Let me see if this fixes it. Does this fix things? New, nope, I didn't want new layout. I wanted focus extents. I believe we have somewhere like, last time I checked, which was a while ago, admittedly, we had somewhere like 60 people on the team, but that was a while ago that I checked. I don't know the actual number. LG, how many people do we have? Okay, I don't know what's going on with this. Why is it doing that? You know what I'm going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it like this for now. It's fine like this for now. The water might actually just cover up the problem spots, and we're going to move on to the next step, because it's just a lot easier to come back and re-edit the issues there. Right, so we have this. Now what I want to do is I want to come over here to the height, edit height scale. Because currently I have everything really sticking up here. I just want to drop it all. So I'm just going to bring this down to negative 30. Then just keep dropping it until those edges are in line with the edge of the tile. Let's see, is that it? No, not quite. Now, there are still problems with this height mesh, and that's why I was just deciding I'll come back to it. But so now what I need to do, I need to come here and go into the tile properties. We did this last stream, and now we're going to do it again. This super fun part. Okay. Right, and that doesn't work because why would it? Alright. So, I'm going to come over here to the tile map. We're going to select the Rarous Falls. We're going to do new. Okay, we're not going to do that. We're going to do that. 22 times 31. File new. Oh, 22 times 31. Zoom in right here. That's going to show up right there. And then, wait, no, I'm done. I already actually have this. I already made this. Where did I put it? That's a different question. I actually, there we go. Okay. So, now what we want to do, we want to bring this over to here. We can throw this down over here and get started masking this out. How are the elves supposed to economically progress without much territorial expansion? Well, the elves, I don't quite know the answer to your question, to be honest. I'm not very familiar with elven gameplay mechanics, but I believe that they still have the opportunity to build up tall with their settlements through a number of different ways. Wait, I want to move this up by 3. Yes. Of course, like places like Rivendell do only have one settlement to begin with, but there's a lot. I do believe a lot of some of Rivendell's early campaign is actually trying to reclaim their fallen. Is trying to reclaim not Gondolin, the whatever the big city was to the south of Rivendell, where the rings were forged. I don't remember the name of the city right now, but I believe that a large part of their campaign is early campaign is actually trying to reclaim that region. So even like Lorien is actually probably the most boxed in of the elves, but they also start with a lot of cities, and so they actually have room for economic growth from the start. For the Aphelion map. Well, I from what I remember though, LG Lorien probably has it the worst with territory expansion because Lorien is hugboxed by well, no, Lorien can expand into the right, LG. I know that's not been done yet, but I just remember that being the plan. I'm just saying what I remember being the plan. But yes, that's not planned for the version 1.0. Because Lorien is mostly hugboxed because I don't think that they're going to be that like they're able to live in Moria, and that's their only real expansion route. So I'm not sure. But yeah, else other stuff. Athelion, I believe Gondor starts in control of Amin. No, I don't believe Gondor starts in control of any of it. That's true. That's true. I don't believe Gondor starts in control of any of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think both Austin Edhill and Erigion. Because I recognize both those names. My lore is not the best. I just make the maps. I follow Maestro's lore prescriptions. My lore knowledge is lacking. I was actually rewatching Two Towers last night, and I was like, wow, this is good. Not that I never thought it was good, but I was like, damn, I remember now why I like Lord of the Rings so much because it's been a while since I've seen it. And I was like, wow, this is yay. I don't know. It was just kind of weird. It was kind of motivating almost to work on the mod. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that should be the mask done. Now I'm gonna pick a nice color for this. I'm gonna go with a nice, I don't know, blue. There we go. 97. Do 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 do. So I just want to come in here. I want to make something that is red. 97. Green. 180. Blue. 189. You know, I can't wait until I'm done with the tiles and I get to do the actual really fun stuff with like actually mapping out the world and like setting up waterfalls and assets and doing all the detail work. Because I also know that that's going to be great on stream. So I'm excited to see that, to do that. Okay. No, I want a link target right. I want a link right there. And a link target right there. But hey, at the rate we're going at, that actually isn't too far away, being able to do that detail. Well, no. I still have Mordor and Moria as huge tasks. I still have genuinely no idea how to do Moria. Because, well, actually I do have an idea of how to do Moria. I'm lying. It's just going to be hard and complicated and be a lot of work. But it's honestly work I'm excited for. Because it's more so just like artwork almost. Well, it's still technical, but I don't know. It shouldn't be too glitchy. Knock on wood. Okay, so those are the links that will connect this up to the rivers. Should connect this up to the rivers. So I'm gonna go okay. And I almost forgot to actually add in the water. You remember the streams on Angmar? Yeah, well, so doing that was fun. But the way that I did it, it just wasn't really something we were ready for yet. And I didn't really know what I was doing with those Angmar streams. So think that, but more actually thought out and planned and concise. Working my way through the areas we're probably going to start with, of course, are like Gondor, because we need different cliffs and stuff, and because there's just a lot of stuff that you see in the base maps in like Attila or Thrones or Rome 2 or Warhammer, all those little detail bits that really bring everything to life. We don't have any of those yet because we're still making tiles and stuff, but I'm excited to, with an actual plan, go in and do those. Something I'm really excited for, I think I mentioned before, was the Wold. I'm really excited to get all of that stuff set up. Okay, so set this down in there. Pick the water plane, copy it out, delete this, set this as draggable, select it. Oh, the short is finished? Do you want to publish it at the end of the stream? I think that that's the best thing to do. Is to just publish it at stream end. Or if you can go into the settings, I think you can make it so that the stream will automatically output anyone who's watching the stream into the short. I think that's probably the best way to do it. I don't know what I just did, and I'm scared, and I'm just gonna ignore it and pretend that I didn't do it. That always works. You know, I'm actually really happy with how this one looks. Minus, like, the glitches and stuff. Like, god damn it! Okay. I'm, yeah. Like, I think that the sides of the lake look pretty nice. I'm wondering, do I want to lower this? No, because then that won't work properly with those. Okay. Ooh, I actually do kind of like that. But I don't know how that's going to hook up with the rivers. You know what? I'm just going to try it for now. File. I can go back. I'm going to have to go back and change it anyway. Save. Okay, so now that I've got that saved, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back the stuff for Lake of Vendon. Now that it's supposedly working. We'll see. I'm skeptical. Because it just doesn't make sense that it would work now. But that's honestly how things with modding this game work the best. Things work, yeah, they work when you don't think that they should. Alright, so let's boot up Bob, and in the meantime, if anyone has any things that they'd like to ask about or anything, now is like the best time because I'm just waiting for stuff to load. However, I guess I can actually, while this is loading, work on cleaning up a few problems with the map. To start, we've got this one over here. Oh, actually, I want to open up the proper PSD to work in. I'm gonna be honest, bad map design. Some of our maps aren't the best designed, and we're having to go back through and update them. Others times the AI is just crappy. Sometimes the AI is crappy. Sometimes the map is poorly designed. It's a coin flip of which one it is a lot of the time. Of course, if the AI was better designed, then it wouldn't really matter how well the map was doing. But yeah. Hold on. Let me full screen this. Okay, Photoshop. Alright, well, let me see. Which one is this map? Is this right here? Okay, that's just in the base. So what I'm gonna do... can you liberate settlements for Gondor as another faction? I'm not sure to what extent faction liberation, not faction liberation, settlement liberation can be done, or settlement returning. Because I don't know how it works in the base game if you can liberate settlements to other factions that you might not be allied with. Or because I always thought that was only you can only do that with the with capitals. Yeah, I think that you can liberate. If something's capital is destroyed, you can restore the nation, but you can't return their settlements to them. Okay, there we go. That mountain is now fixed. Try to think of other big glitches that I know. Oh, this is another one. I was going to save this for beach day, but we're here and we're waiting for this to load, so might as well. Um, I've never played as Gwynedd in Thrones. I've never played as them. You'll have to elaborate on how that works, on how they work. And then I can probably give you an answer based off of what you say. I don't know why CA removed it. They didn't like it, I guess. I don't know. Oh, right. Coast. I need to erase that. 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 Does that not count as coast? Fuck you. Let me erase. God damn it. Oh, okay. They have amazing longbowmen and decent spear units. Okay, in that regards, um, yes. Oh, okay. Well, I thought he was referring to campaign mechanics. But yeah, I believe in terms of battle mechanics, yes, they have. I'm trying to remember from what I've played. They have great longbowmen, and I think I remember them having pretty darn good spears. Weathertop is going to be a playable battle map. Not in the first version of the mod, but eventually, yes. Weathertop is 100% planned as a map. When? I cannot say. 2 years, 3 years, a million years? I don't know. but Weathertop is a planned map. But yeah, as I said, I have no idea when. Okay, wait, yeah, remove that coastline there. Okay, hold on. I actually need to see how I can't remember. How is the Nile? Okay, so what I want to do. Alright, how is this? I'm actually gonna work on a different area because that I want to save all of that stuff for to do at once with the beach day. Because I have a plan. Because there's a whole bunch of stuff that needs doing with beaches and the rivers, and I want to do that all combined and do it on a stream. So just have a general focus. So I'm gonna leave that for later, actually. In the meantime, let me just, I guess, boot up Terry, and I can look for missing tiles to sell to fix. No, campaign is not out. What's my favorite race? The men. If we're talking like my favorite faction, Bree. The men of Bree. That's my favorite. I don't know. I just really like them. Oh, okay. But yeah, as I was just saying in the chat, no plans to port to Unreal Engine or something. We're a Total War mod. Maybe our team might theoretically have the capabilities to port. We might have the skills, but but that's not something we're interested in. Plus, making a new mod, a new game is just that's no. No, I'm not racist against them. Someone asked me which one was my favorite. I think the men are the. I think the races of men are the coolest. I always play them. If I'm playing Warhammer, I'll play as the humans. It doesn't. If I'm playing like D&D or something, I always play humans. I just like playing humans. It's fun. It's what I enjoy. Um. What's your favorite then? Like just regardless. Like if I'm playing a sci-fi game, I'll play the humans. I just like playing the Earth faction. I know you're joking. How far is the Minas Tirith map? It's not close. I'm gonna be honest. It's not close. Because I've said this before. Our biggest current deficit, or what we are most deficient in, are architects, 3D architecture modelers. We just don't have enough architectural modelers to do what we need to do in terms of custom settlements, and unique settlements, and all of and everything like that. So we only have like 1.5 people, so really to say, who can slash are working on custom settlements, unique and architecture, and there's just so much for them to do. They're not really. It's just yeah. So if you are someone who has skills when it comes to architectural modeling, or if you're someone who knows people who have skills when it comes to architectural modeling, please let us know, or please apply to join the team, or send whoever you know our way. Yeah, I know I always say this, but I truly mean it. Dwarves look a bit like smaller humans, and orcs look a bit like skinnier humans. Well, so that is a result of our second biggest deficit. Well, yeah, so that is we it is in part just how they look, but in some ways we could use that could be slightly improved with new animations, like if the dwarves had their own complete skeleton, if the orcs had their own complete skeleton. We could do more with them. But like we could do more orky movement and stuff, or more dwarven movement and stuff. But animators are probably our second biggest deficiency. Animators, so it goes 3D model, 3D architecture modelers, animators are just what we don't have enough of to fulfill everything that we would want to do. Yeah, is we have all sorts of monsters that we want to make, and then if we could, we would love to make orky animations, elfish animations, dwarven animations, but we don't have the resources to do so. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come here, train tiles, campaign, tile database, settings to XML, and actions, process that. That's done. That's a quick process. I always love how quick that one is. Yeah, I'm not touching Avendum's actual visuals right now. But now I want to tile blend map. Start. The easiest nation to play in Attila? I don't know. Attila, no nation's easy. Or I'm not sure. My hours played in vanilla base Attila are minimal. I probably played more 12-12 than I have Attila. In terms of actually probably yeah, no. In terms of either. How long would it take for someone with 0 skills and experience to become skilled enough to help out with the project? I mean, when it comes to modeling, there's a bazillion tutorials on YouTube, so if you're the kind of person who can sit down and watch tutorials and learn from them, do that, and who knows, maybe a month or two, you'll have enough Blender skills to really start working on stuff. Because if someone came to us with good modeling skills, we can teach them how to do the technical stuff. We can't teach from zero, but if someone already has a large part of the equation, we can teach the more game-specific things. But, you know, you'd have to already be able to model Minas Tirith. We'd help you learn how to texture it, get it into game, and make it function. Map making, on the other hand, is more so we have tutorials up on our channel, a wide variety of them, which if you were to watch through them and then just start practicing map making on your own till you start getting very satisfying, so you start getting satisfying results, that's as well. It's really just you gotta practice. You gotta practice and learn the stuff. Okay. I think I just processed the Rose Falls. I got distracted by talking. I do that sometimes. Alright, so let's come back over here. Lakes, Rarous. Did I process it? I did. Nice. Okay, so we have a few videos up, and if you look at our campaign overview by Andy's Take, which is our exclusive campaign overview video that he did. I believe he goes into depth on faction mechanics, but yes, I believe it is a balance of stuff to keep your militancy up, to keep your and to keep things like that. You have to balance the settlement and your economy and your production, uh, and whatnot, rather than just I don't really know how it works. To be exact, I'm not the most familiar with the overall campaign mechanics. I'm not as familiar with them as you might expect. Okay, what did I just do? Right. Add in the new tile database. Right. Okay. As LG said, same as Attila, but with different new systems. You know, I was thinking about this last night of what I would want, like, what could revolutionize Total War. Like if I was to think of like one new feature that would I would feel would truly change up Total War for the better. That is something truly innovative. One thing I was thinking is if they do a medieval 3, who knows if they will, uh they should bring the so how you can edit your hero in Warhammer 3, you can edit your custom hero. They should make it so that if there's a medieval 3, if they do a medieval 3, you can edit your men-at-arms and knights, and so you can actually in-game customize what sort of weapons and everything people have. I was just thinking that would be great. But the other thing is, I'd love if there was some way to like actually control where you position your troops. Because like so many battles historically, they weren't won on the battlefield. They were won before the battle even started because the generals were able to position their troops in such a way that they just had such a tactical cunning advantage before the battle even started. But there's no real way to do that in Total War. Like you can't truly pick out a specific spot, specific terrain for your battle, and then use that in battle to your advantage. You sort of just get luck of the draw of where the game puts you. Um, but yeah, I'd love to see that as a feature because I was watching all these videos on the downfall of creative assembly or whatever last night. I don't know. I went down that rabbit hole, and I'm adding these things back in because I think I might have messed it up when I was adding them in before. I was just thinking, like, what? So they have all the technical debt and everything, and whatever, or all the need for new innovation, I should say. All right, hold on. I'm gonna try not to spill this bubble tea everywhere on my computer and lose all of the campaign files. Wish me luck. All right, but in the meantime, I'm gonna get Bob back up and please, questions. People, I love questions. Question me. What I'm here for to educate you guys is like outreach. Community outreach. How does the team decide what suggestions are worth implementing? So It's really based off of sometimes you guys suggest things that we just have genuinely not thought of, or just are new ideas. I will admit, we've been designing the campaign. There's been 60 people talking about the campaign and mechanics for 5 years. A lot of ideas we've had and shot down already a dozen times. But yeah, as LG is saying, if it's a genuinely new idea and not just some like, ooh, that would be cool kind of thing, because we're not at the phase where we can just put in, ooh, that would be cool things. Um, that would be after V like 2.0 once area door is in. Then we can start adding in all sorts of, ooh, that would be cool things. But until then, that's my phone going off. We don't, yeah, no eye candy. Okay, so let's get this back up so I can keep looking at broken tiles. While Bob does its thing again. And if you're wondering why I have this debugger up, Terry is so horrifically broken and buggy that the only way to reliably run it is to just like override different crashes and stuff using that and push through them. It's the only way to do it reliably. Exactly, Tolsky. Well, I think if you just upload a video, so long as it's in the vertical, oh, wait, do you mean that I have the 3 different messed up? No, what's in your voicemail? Gosh darn it! It's a healthcare scam! It's like, wait, why doesn't I have a voicemail? Uh-oh. Yeah, well, PCYT, you just, upload it as a normal video, and if it's under a minute and in vertical resolution, it will, just show up. So, it is weird. Well, so something that we want to do with campaign map terrain change, because Warhammer has that. It has corruption. Sort of something like that we'd like to do. There, I believe we are going to try and do a few things like that, such as corruption of Fanghorn or destruction of Fanghorn. These, and so do not take these as things that are coming V1 or might not ever, but things that I know have been discussed in that vein are using the climate change system to simulate the shadow of Mordor as it spreads, using the tile upgrade system to simulate and settlement visual model changes with upgrades to simulate the destruction of Fanghorn, and some stuff going on with Mirkwood with the fight between the decayed and rejuvenating part of the trees. Those are certain ideas that have been put forward. I don't know how many of those are even possible, but those are things that we've talked about in that regard. Well, Mordor battle maps look like they're in Mordor. I mean, though I guess I get what you mean. Yeah, I'm like that is the kind of stuff that is theoretically possible, but again, that falls under the oh that's cool category. And the oh that's cool category is not stuff that has any priority. If it's just an oh that's cool, that would be cool thing, give it a few years. Then maybe or give it a few years or wait until someone makes a submod. Cuz we just don't have the resources to do oh that's cool things right now. So, yes, there is. So, in one moment I will show you which rivers are actually sailable and to what degree, because that should answer your question. That's not right. Um, wait. So how was it before? It was like that. Okay, let me do this instead. What? What? Are these like under rivers for some reason? No. No. What layer are? Oh, they're in swamps. That's farmland, though. I thought. I don't know. Okay. Roads should be able to go over the farmland. Yeah, I'd say to just publish this short then. All right. So there are some questions. Uh, right. So that's so the the sky becoming darker with Sauron sending forth ash. That's what I'm referring to with the using the Attila climate change mechanics. That's something that we want to do. I don't know if it's possible because it was my job to research if it was possible, and I never did. So I never got around to it. So maybe when I'm done with updating with getting everything of the campaign map up to speed, I'll look into that and see, or someone else will, and we'll see if it is indeed a possibility. Yes, Tulsi. The more recent games, including Attila, have battle maps changed for some controlling cultures, and we have the same thing. Whoever controls a settlement changes the map. So annoying to make sure I have everything in the right layer. Okay, there we go. I fixed that river junction. That was so annoying. To the question about saleable rivers. Yes, there are blockers on the rivers. In fact, we don't actually have that much in the way by way of saleable rivers. Yes, every settlement has a second version. Well, okay, unique settlements don't, but generic settlements do. So we one day, and this falls under yeah, that one day, and this falls under the whole that would be cool stuff. We might have major settlements with occupied versions, but like an occupied Minas Tirith or a Minas Ithil or things like that. But for the time being, culture conversion is limited to generic settlements. But it is in the game. Um, we do not accept any monetary donation. Uh, this project is so thank you for it for the for your support. Thank you for your support. But we do not accept any monetary donations of any kind. We're completely not for profit, and everything we do is for free. We don't accept any money. The best way you can support us is by sharing with your friends, and especially if you have any computer programmer friends, any 3D modeler friends, any animator friends, referring them to us. That is the best way you can support us. We only accept payment in exposure. But yes, to the question about rivers. This is the Anduin here. This is really the main extent of any saleable river. So you're not really going to be chasing settlements up rivers. And anyway, this is blocked by Pelagir here. And then this is the only other saleable river. We only have 1, 2. It used to be that could be a problem with having to chase things up rivers, because it used to be this entire river was saleable, because the plan was to have it sort of work as a highway to get through the desert into the jungle, but we ended up scrapping that. Yeah, well, so what we're saying with the climate, and as I said, it's genuinely something that we've never really looked into with the climate change and how to do the Ashen Skies, just because it's never been a priority, because it's not like it would be relevant until we have the campaign fully working anyway. So, we just haven't really looked into it, but it is something that I want to look into. Definitely. It's been on my list of it's been on my that would be cool list for a while. It's actually towards the top. I'm gonna check my phone. I bet you LG sent me 5 messages telling me to shut up about something, and I haven't checked because Discord's in streamer mode. Nope, luckily not. Yes, it is one of those, that would be cool. It is the epitome of, that would be cool. It is not necessary. It is not needed. It is just something that would be a nice addition. Oh no, LG. I talked about X, Y, and Z. Why? I'm as bad. I'm worse than who is it? It's Tom Holland who leaks all of the Wait, what? Oh shit. Hold on. Wait, Lake of Endem's working now. Yay. Hold on. There it is. Wait, what did I change? I don't remember reprocessing this. Okay. Huh? I don't actually remember redoing this. Just gonna walk away. I'm scared. Okay, I actually see a bunch of questions that I need to answer. How often do river crossings occur? Will you be able to block out... So, let's see. So, I'm going to select every river crossing on the map. Let's zoom out. Okay. So it's kind of hard to see. But let's just look at... So this right here is the east. I'm trying to think what I can do to make them all more obvious. I have no idea what I can do to make them all more obvious. I don't know. What if I make them all bright red? Or I'll make them all bright pink so we can look at them. That worked? No, that didn't work. Wait, it didn't make them bright pink. Why didn't it make them bright pink? I'm offended. Fill. Foreground color. What? Oh, I was doing it in roads. Fill. Foreground color. There we go. They're now all bright pink so we can see them better. So if you look here, I don't know how well you guys can actually see this on the stream with stream compression, but I've set every I've set all of the river crossings to bright pink. So you can see that, for instance, if you are in Mirkwood and you want to cross into the Dale Heartlands, there is only one way across south of there's only one way across south of Lake Town. Wait, what? I thought I undid that. Oh, huh. Weird. There's only one way across south of Lake Town. If you look here, the Anduin is actually very key with this. There are, along the Anduin Vale, there are 2 crossings. You can cross, there are 2 crossing, well, actually no, between Goblin Town and Moria, there is 1 crossing of the Anduin. So keep that in mind. Yeah, river crossings are important, and in some places are few and far between. Of course, then you come down to, like... honestly, yeah. And you can see here in Rohan, an army there and an army there can block passage. An army positioned at the Fords of Isen will block... Because this right here is the Fords of Isen, where the Battle of the Fords of Isen takes place. An army there will block Isengard from breaching. Just like in Lord of the Rings, that's where Rohan positions their army for the first and second battles of the Fords of Isen to stop Isengard. So you can do that. So river crossings are actually very important in our campaign. And of course, most importantly is the Anduin, where there are only... where there's two ways across, at Osgiliath and Caer Andros. So honestly, holding river crossings is not just something you can do, it is something you gotta do. So Fellbeasts and Eagles are possible in Attila, but they would not work well and they would 1, not work very well, and 2, not work to a degree that it's worth the time and effort that they would take to implement. So we will likely never implement flying creatures because they just don't work well in Attila. Yeah, CA game development. Why is this working? Game Dev 101. Why is this working? I don't understand. I'm afraid. I'm gonna not touch it. I genuinely don't know what's going on with Lake of Endem. Like, quite literally. I have no idea. So I am not touching it right now. We are just working on the Rarous. If Lake of Endem decides it wants to start working, I don't know. I'm grateful. I'm grateful should it start working. Like, I have no idea. I have no idea. Why it's doing this? Why it's just going pop, pop, in and out. I see, and actually what's weird, you know what? I've just noticed this is extra weird. It's what? It says in here that the tiles surrounding it are missing. They're not missing. Also, I never reprocessed the tile map with the reshaped. I'm even more confused now. This shouldn't be working in the way that it is. Just straight up. Everything I know about how this should be working is currently being contradicted. So I'm just not going to think about it. That's my solution. Oh, yes, flying creatures could be like a technology to give range and vision, but you won't see flying creatures in battle. Which factions will be available at campaign launch? It's funny you ask that. Um, you'll see why it's funny that you ask that when the short goes live on the channel. But let's see. I've spent a while editing the short, so let me think. Yeah, round 2. Let's go round 2. Okay, here we go. Gondor, Mordor, Erebor, Dale, Harad, Rohan, Isengard, Easterlings, Mirkwood. I think I got it. I think that was correct. For those of you wondering, the short that LG and LG and I have been editing, and just LG just finished up, was from our last stream when I got pretty much all of them wrong. I missed some of the playable factions, and I listed off like 5 non-playable factions as playable. I did so poorly. I did not know. I did it right. I learned. I studied. I studied for the test. Okay, so this is still processing because it takes time to process and there's no way to make it take less. So let's get back to fixing broken rivers. Because why would the rivers not be broken? Oh my god, this is a nightmare. Yes, Mirkwood equals Woodland Realm. They're the playable elven faction at launch. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to come in here and go to rivers. And I want to erase this river. Right, and now it's going to be that because I put those all under there before like a dumbass. Now I want to take this river and I want to just bring this river down to here. Then I want to take this road and bring this road up to here. Now, that's going to glitch out. Is it going to glitch out? Wait, how can I get this to not glitch? I don't actually know how to get this to not glitch. I'm gonna just try this. I'm gonna see if this works. I don't think this setup will work, but no. Instead of profession, do we just have to read all the books over again periodically? Yeah. It's mandatory. HR requires it. Every once a month we have to sit down in a circle and read the books out loud. Takes a while. We could get so much work done during it, but they say no, it's a mandatory team building exercise. You have to reinforce the company policy. You know, make sure you're truly understanding the narrative we're trying to tell. I'm like, man, I could make like 5 lakes in the amount of time I'm sitting here. Honestly, I could probably make 1 lake because of how ungodly difficult they are to make and how many problems happen with them. But yeah, I'm gonna pop into the Discord real quick. I want to check something. This is still processing. And so I know this is a Wednesday stream, which for our American audience is like, why midday Wednesday? And for our European audience is like, why Wednesday evening? But it's the time that works best for me, and I'm trying to do 2 streams a week, so do forgive the terrible time. Uh, and I didn't want to do back-to-back Sunday and Saturday streams. Will the campaign support co-op? Yes, it will. There is a caveat to that statement, though, sadly. Scripts don't work in co-op. What does that mean? Well, things like the Ring and the Fellowship won't be present in co-op. So individual faction mechanics, like I don't know which ones I can list off because I don't know which ones are public, but individual faction mechanics will work, but overall macro scripts will not. Okay, what was I doing? I was checking that, and I was seeing that that's still not done. Right, I was gonna go over to here, and oh my god, that is broken. Yeah, Rivendell X Haven's co-op. Hey man, you doing any battles soon? Nope. Nope. I'm just sitting here. You? Nah, same. And then like Gundabad shows up with an army and you just stack wipe them. And this is why we have yeah. And Ryan, I was talking to some people the other day. Mordor Gondor versus, so not quite co-op, but multiplayer versus. I'm excited for that. Though I do still fear about one problem with the Gondor Mordor campaign is like once you get the upper hand, it's kind of hard to not get just massacred because like Gondor can only both sides can only really afford to lose like 2 settlements and then their capital is threatened. But you know, I do imagine that a Gondor Mordor campaign would be a lot of fun since since you'd be pretty much always fighting another player, and wouldn't have to deal with dumb AI shenanigans. Also, neither side would get AI cheats because I do believe there are still AI cheats because it's kind of just a fact of life with making the AI competent. So neither side would get AI cheats. It would just be raw skill. Good versus. So yeah. So that's the biggest problem with Eriador is there are no real bad guys there. It is just the peaceful area. However, there are plans for such as Gundabad trying to reform Angmar, the Men of Lossoth, the Men of Rudar, over here, the Men of Lossoth, Rudar, the Orcs of Gundabad, the Dunladings coming in from the south, the Goblins. But again, they're all on the periphery of Eriador, sort of pushing in, and there really just isn't any threat in central Eriador. It's just good guys on the middle, bad guys on the outside. Well, but yeah, so Gundabad is there in Eriador, but again, as I said, everybody's just sort of ringing around Eriador. And so it's just sort of defending your borders. Play as Mordor and Isengard, that would be fun. Union of the Two Towers. I don't know if Gundabad can become Angmar. But I guess that I'm saying that they could take the role of Angmar, kind of. Because Gundabad starts here, and Angmar starts completely desolate right next to them, and they can just colonize. Because yeah, Mount Gundabad is here, I think, and then all they gotta do is just walk over here, and Carn Dûm is right here. This is taking its sweet time to process today. I feel like this is the longest I've had on a processing since I moved everything over to the solid state drive. Okay. Once we release, you're gonna send us a bottle of champagne. We'd have to like, you know, I don't know who gets it though. You know, I was gonna ask you, LG, if we ever make it to 100K subscribers, can I have the play button? I want the play button. Please? Okay, yeah, LG's saying Gundabad cannot reform Angmar. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. I wasn't sure on that. Wait, what's glitched here? This looks like it's working properly. I guess I can just change around the road layout. That might fix it. Bug fixing, my favorite thing to do. Woo! I love bug fixing so much. I love it when things don't work the way they're supposed to the first time, and I have to struggle with fixing them for a long period of time. It is my favorite feeling in the world. Anyone who says otherwise is clearly lying to you, and I don't hate bug fixing with every fiber of my body. And it's definitely not my own fault that I have to fix all my bugs myself, because, who's been carrying this channel? Me! LG, I've been carrying this channel. Look at video views. Like, half of them are me. Look at the stream views. Look at, like, the 40K viewed streams. That's me. You can't see it, but I'm like jumping at the camera. That's me. Look at the stream viewers. Come on. I'll fight you for it. I will come to Italy and I will fight you for it. Sword duel. Oh, caring, not carrying. Okay, yeah, sure. You've been carrying for the channel, but I've been carrying it. You've been caring for it. I've been carrying it. Is true. Is true. Alright. Here and now, LG, I challenge you to a sword duel. I will come to Italy. I'll come to Italy on my semester abroad, and I will challenge you to a sword duel. I definitely don't have 10 years of experience with sword fighting, and I'm not rigging the fight. Why would I do such a thing? We'll live stream it for everyone. We'll live stream the sword duel, fight for the silver play button, long swords, hand and a half long swords. Hand and a half long swords, would get the play button. Or, if he truly deserves it, he'll win the fight. Okay, I got a bit distracted on questions with, okay, hold on. I have to go back and read the questions. I got distracted, shit-talking LG. Will the remnants of Angmar be there? No, I don't believe that there's a remnants of Angmar faction besides sort of Gundabad. This area starts as completely desolate. Goblins are already a faction, Ryan. They are playable in the game. They're a non-playable fact, so they are not playable in the first campaign release, but they're there, just non-playable, and you can play them in custom battles right now. This is taking so long to process. Maybe it's because I have all the big tiles that I was testing with. Yes, Dol-Guldur exists. LG, can I tell them the story of of Dol-Guldur's journey through through the campaign? Are you okay if I tell them that? The story of what happened to it and then what unhappened to it? Send me a message. Because that would be I want to tell that story, but I'm not sure if that's so. With the original version of the campaign, Dol-Guldur was planned. But what happened is certain parts of the team decided that their roster was more or less identical to Mordor. And very similar. Well, they have full custom assets and everything. A lot of people thought that they didn't really need to be their own faction. So they were removed as a faction. And they were all of their land, so all of these provinces were just given to Mordor. Well, the AI is not very smart. So the Mordor AI was like, oh, I have all of these provinces up here. Let me take all of my armies that I have that are meant to fight Gondor, and let me just march them through the Brownlands up to Mirkwood. So more or less, Mordor would have 0 units in Mordor or Gondor. Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't quite sure, but for various reasons, Gondor was removed and just given to Mordor, and Mordor would just send their entire army to Mirkwood. Like, no units at home, nothing, just in Mirkwood. So all of the good factions up here got absolutely bodied. Like, you could not play as any of them. They would just get destroyed. Like, someone was playing as Dale, and they were doing great, beating up the goblins, beating up Rune and everyone. And then Mordor showed up with like 6 full stacks of orcs and just walked all over them. One of the campaign testers was telling me this story, and it's just funny. And so Dol Guldur was re-implemented as an independent faction. But that is Dol Guldur's story. All right, so I'm actually getting concerned about Bob. I'm gonna leave it going for like another 5-10 minutes, and if it doesn't change, I'm just gonna have to like restart it. Okay, so more river fixing. There's so many of these broken ass river crossings because the rivers and these river crossings were actually generated from Kami. It's a newer feature that was added into Kami that which is for those of you who don't know, Kami is the campaign AI tool, which is our custom tool that was made and allows for the editing of the campaign map, or of the visual, not of the visuals, of the what was I gonna say? Of the AI of the campaign map and the technical side. It also has a handy dandy feature where it generates rivers and roads based off of what you have there, and it makes a lot of life easier, but it fucks up river crossings very consistently, and then I have to go back through and fix them every time they're regenerated for some small change. So Vic, if you're hearing this, I don't know, maybe it's something we can fix. It's not really that big of a deal. Oh, fuck yes, it finished. It's the one time it's good to see like 100 error messages. Each of these is an error message, but it means that it worked. The error messages means that it worked. So, I love error messages. Oh no, I fixed that one. Okay. Okay, I fixed that. I fixed that. Okay, let's come over to here and see what's going on over there. Ew, I don't want to fix that. Fuck, let me zoom in. Where am I? Shit. Hold on. I am now lost. I don't know the terrain of this area that well. So, like, at this level of zoom, I can't actually tell where I am. Okay. Oh, that's a simple fix. Wait. Yeah, that's simple. One. And a 2. Job done. So let's save this. Now let's exit this. Do I know if there will be another update before the campaign or not? Sorry, I don't know. I was stretching and I was like, ugh. I don't know if there's another update planned between now and the campaign. LG, do you have the answer to this? For sure, more than one. Okay, I wasn't sure if we were delaying, if the plan was to just not, it was just focus everything on campaign. Okay, there's your answer from LG. He knows more about. I like to stay in my own purview because if I step too far out of it, I get distracted like a dog that sees a squirrel. I go squirrel. And then nothing gets done. So I keep my head in my area, or else I'm a chronically distractible person. All right, so I want to how long have I been live for? I just want to see because I actually have some meetings later today that I need to prepare for. How long have I been live for? 2 hours? Alright, we're gonna go for another half hour or so. Yeah, I do. Well, so Warhammer 3 is technically like the second most moddable title, but of course it has the modding limitations of IP. So yeah, it's not moddable, which sucks. Also, it doesn't have matched combat, and our team loves matched combat. We adore it. It's our favorite thing in the world. I know members of our team who would die for matched combat. Well, also, when you're talking about spells and stuff, Lord of the Rings magic is really low fantasy magic for the most part. Because while Lord of the Rings is a high fantasy setting, there isn't really that much high magic like fireballs and lightning strikes or anything. It's all like you don't really see any of that. So I don't really know how much we could benefit from uh Warhammer's magic systems. What is matched combat? So matched combat is where when you have units fighting, the individual soldiers in it will duel each other. They won't just like be swinging their swords at the enemy unit. They will actually match each other in combat and duel. And they have specialized animations where they're like clashing their blades and jumping over each and like blocking and parrying each other. If it's what so it's what makes Attila, Rome 2, Medieval 2, Shogun, Thrones of Britannia combat so much more lively. Is because and better paced. Is the matched combat. It's something missing from the newer games, and it's one of the big downgrades, at least in my opinion. But they had to sacrifice matched combat for monstrous units because with the Warhammer games and the newer titles, since there's all of the with all of the different unit types and different unit skeletons and models, like with big rattling gun like with the rattling gunners or something, they would need their own set of animations for every other type of monster if they were to have matched combat. And so it's just not possible. Well, no, it is possible in Warhammer 3, in Warhammer in the newer games. CA has just decided to abandon it because they don't think it's worth the effort. No, Medieval 2 has matched combat. Yes, it does. It's not just semi-matched combat. It has full matched combat, I believe. Because I remember Medieval 2 was the first Total War game I got, and I remember when on like the game it said new matched combat features, and I was like, whoa, that sounds cool. I'm gonna get this one. And yeah, so Medieval 2 has matched combat. Oh, wait. That you're up to that. You are allowed to think that, Mike. I personally like it because I'm someone who loves to zoom in and watch the battles. I like to I one of my favorite things to do is in a losing battle, if my forces are being massacred, I love to just zoom in and watch one guy make his final stand and see how many enemies he can take out before he dies. I like or just like watching the battle lines, and I love seeing all the finishers and everything. Like when someone just like dices someone's head off. It's just all of those things. I love that. That's one of my favorite parts of Total War. If that's not something you really like, good on you. I don't really care. But I personally love it. It also changes the pacing of the battles a bit. I believe it slows down the pacing of battles and gives you more time to react and to actually move and maneuver troops. Because that's another complaint a lot of people sometimes levy against the newer games is that once the battle is joined and the battle lines clash, it's kind of just fight. Yeah. Yeah, well, no. So if you're more interested in just purely in winning, you might not really care about matched combat. Yeah, no, it adds the immersion. It adds the. Okay, cool. Rarous is no work. Cool beans. Avendim is working now. Very nice, I guess. That's good to see. So, why is Avendim working now? I don't know. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know why Avendim is working now. I have no idea. I am scared. It confuses me. It perplexes me. And yeah. I fear for my safety. I think Avendim is going to murder me. In my sleep. It might not even wait for my sleep. Right, well, let's see. Wait, what is it doing over here? No, and it's still like generating. The thing is, I never brought. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm gonna ignore it and try and figure out what's wrong with Rarous. Alright, I see some questions. In campaign, are alliances locked or evil factions betray each other? Alliances are not locked. They are reinforced, you could say, and there's incentivized, and there's features in place to help keep them in place, but they are not locked in place, and they can change. Yes. Dunedain will be a Horde faction, but will not be available at launch as they are part of the Eriador area, and Eriador is not available at launch. Okay. So what's going on there? Alright, well, let me see. Let me just open this up to see if I have the correct thing. Yeah, there are a lot of warning signs. Ignore the warning signs. Ignore the fact, Gyro, that I deleted Mordor. Just, ignore that. Also, the rest of a lot of the warning signs I was fixing. But see, Gyro, here's what's confusing me. You see here with Lake of Endem, how it's surrounded by warning signs. That should all be voided out like Mordor is. But it's not. Where is it? I lost it. But it's not. And I don't understand. And the thing is, the lake shouldn't be here. Like, you can see the lake on the map. And if I come over here to where Lake of Endem actually is, which is now just working for some reason, the lake shouldn't be here. It's not supposed to be here. Because it's supposed to be... I don't know. Anyway, what I was going to do is I was going to test out the Rarous Falls. Okay, so let me see, does this match what I have laid out on the tile map? It's the best way to test if I got the mask correct, or if the error is something to do with the mask. Okay, yeah, I got the mask correct, but there's something wrong with the links. If I worked 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, how fast would I finish this? Oh, wait, it didn't work. Hold on. Why didn't it work? Ooh, why is it not working? Plot thickens. Okay. Right. Yeah. No, you can't put a lake on top of a lake. No, Eriador will actually be locked out of the map in version 1, but it will be added. It will be unlocked later on with later versions. Yes, you'll be locked out of Eriador in version 1. So are you saying if I worked if I just by myself worked 8 hours a week, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, it would be done. I mean, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I actually don't know how fast I would finish the tile map, but if you're talking the whole team working that much, yeah, well, yeah, much faster. You know, just what LG is saying, much faster. This is our hobby. This is the team's hobby. Oh, the model broke? What's it doing? It looks like it's working. Oh, hold on. Let me adjust for the camera. I'd like slid halfway out of camera frame. Is this better? Yeah. Okay, you concerned me there. I was like, oh no. Okay. Red 97. What colors do I have here? Maybe I messed up the colors. I would not doubt it that I messed up the colors. No, says that I got the colors correct. So why doesn't this register it? Is the mask incorrect? Huh. This is actually the first time this has happened. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Okay. Why? What did I say about 7 years? I don't know when I said 7. What did I say that it would take 7 years? I said it would take like 7 weeks. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying that in reference to. Okay, this looks like it fits though. Does anyone see this not fitting? Like it looks like it matches up with the hole here. So why it no work? It no makes sense why it no work. Okay, I have a few things I can try. Well, what time is it? It's 2. I have one thing that I'm going to try now on stream. Because we've made progress. Oh, 7 years is a long time? Yeah, well, of course, something to remember. The team has grown over time. So, like, for the first, like, 4 years of the mod, I don't know, more, 4 years or more of the mod, you wouldn't see much progress. Because, yeah, well, no, so there's the gap on the top. But that's a glitch with the river, I think. Let me check. Yeah. That's a glitch with the river. Yeah, no, we had to build the tools ourselves. So that took a while, you could say. I don't know why this is being funky like this. Why is this being a funky monkey? Okay, I have a few things that I will try. Number 1. I'm gonna come in here. I'll come right in here, and I'm going to come down to here, red 97. I'm going to color in the tile variation, which I don't think should be causing this, but it could be. Blue 189. Okay. Save that. And then, I mean, I could just remove this there, but I'm just going to do it in TED because it's more straightforward. I'm going to remove the links and see if that changes anything. Because this glitch typically, the problem that I'm currently having typically comes from just the tile itself not working properly, not the links being broken. But I'm going to test if the links are broken, because that might be what's going on. I don't actually know. Alright, so we're gonna run this test. This is the last thing we're gonna do. We're gonna test this out, see if I can get this fixed here. If I can't, well, regardless of if I can or if I can't, today was always just gonna be a shorter stream. I have French to go study, so I'm gonna say bonsoir. I don't know how my pronunciation is shit. After this next process run, and gonna go off and do that. So, yeah. Somehow, inexplicably, Avendim is working now. It is cursed. I don't like it. And now Rarous is not working. I don't know. I don't know why. I honestly didn't change anything that should have fixed Avendum. Nothing I did should have fixed it. But it just fixed itself. And I don't understand why. Oh, wait, I opened it. I didn't even notice that the file opened. Okay, so I'm just going to load up the Rarous tile. That's Avendum. I'm so good at this. I know exactly what I'm doing. You know, it doesn't really let me lean. Like, I'm trying to, like, lean to show that I'm slouching and exasperated. But if I lean too far, the camera just cuts off. See, and what confuses me even more with Avendum, I don't know if it lets me actually look at this. Okay. I don't know if it will. Okay. It's not even letting me look at it in tech. I am officially classifying it as haunted. Oh, now it's working. Whatever. Lakes. Rarous. Okay. And once again, where the fuck is my tile? Where's my hat? Where's it gone? Well, okay. I don't know what my chat just did, but it just like jumped with an entire conversation just appeared. I hadn't seen messages since like 3 minutes ago. Ryan, there was some speculation on that. Or maybe not. I don't know. Oh, okay. LG knows the more thing. I don't know the situation. Yeah, the campaign is still currently under development. Yes, that is true, but Lord of the Rings is still not in the is still years out from being in the public domain. I think it's like 2050 or something. Yeah, I think it's like 2050 it enters into the public domain. So, okay, tile properties. Remove that. Remove that. Hobbit will be public soon, yeah. However, Well, Hobbit will be public. We would only be able to use the I believe we would only be able to use completely original designs and stuff directly from one to one with the book. We wouldn't be able to take any visual inspiration from the movies or anything. I mean, all of our things are of our own design. That's why we have all of our concept artists. Um, but I'm not sure how the difference between movie and general and whatever. I don't actually. I'm not a copyright lawyer. We actually, I think we have copyright lawyers on the team. I don't remember. It's crazy when you actually look at like the breakdown of what all of the different team members do IRL professionally. Okay, so I saved that. Okay, changes have been made. That's good. Now I gotta boot pod back up and process that again. I'm just gonna remove this whole big blister right here. Okay. And once I process this, I think we're gonna end the stream for today because as I said, I gotta go do some other stuff. I'm gonna stream again this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. Uh, there's gonna be a new short uploaded onto the channel at the end of this stream, and we're gonna put up another new short sometime in between now and this weekend. And there's also a new video that went live earlier today by our map making lead Tyranny Stas. I don't know. His name's always so hard for me to pronounce. I never know how to properly pronounce Tyr's name. I always just say it Tyr. But anyway, we've got that out on the channel. You can check it out if you want to learn a bit about map making. And then we have a funny little short coming out later, or right after this. So I'm going to finish up these few edits. And yeah, so if anyone has any questions that they really want to ask or anything, any inquiries, now is the time. Okay, so let me save that. Alright, so I have that new lake there. I have that. I have that. I have that. I have that. And once I actually fix these two up, all of the lakes will be done. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can move on to the next phase of the tile map finalization. I mean, I say finalization, but I've still got all of Mordor to do, which is a significant chunk of the map. Alright. I am doing a solo stream today, Anonymous, and I'm actually wrapping up. I've got maybe another 10, 20 minutes max left on the stream. It's just a shorter stream today. When weekday streams are going to be shorter. Will all faction leaders be generals? No. Not all faction leaders. Like Galadriel won't be a general. Saruman won't be a general. Denethor won't. Denethor might be a general. I don't know. For those factions, their unique generals are more so like their commanders, like Lurtz is Isengard's main hero commander, and Gondor's got Faramir and Boromir. Okay, so this is booting up. I'm gonna do this. Oh, okay. Elgin knows this more than I do. I thought I knew it from the decisions that were made. I spread misinformation. Big Mooma kill when? Big Mooma kill when we get animators. So learn to animate. I don't know. YouTube has courses. You can do it. Okay, so I have this. I have that. I have that finished up. Which is the Attila one. What other changes need to be made? Alright, so I got that little glitch there. Okay. So this is something I've been thinking about for a while. I'm just bringing this up because I don't really have anything else to do right now while the thing is loading. Is how to actually facilitate Moria. So we have one settlement here. We have the east gate there. Right? Yeah. No. East gate. Huh? Oh no. East gate is. Where is it? Hold on. Sorry. Wait. No, because that's. Okay, this is not currently accurate because there needs to be the paths over. So Eastgate is there. Yes, no audio tool. We have to build the audio tool. No, this does not match the concept at all. Okay, cool, good to know. Don't rely on the concept. The concept is bogus. This is right here. I think it's just gonna be just like caves and stuff. I don't know. I'll have to. LJ, do you know why, if it was like removed, why the mountain pass isn't here? Why the Carehorn Pass or whatever is missing? Because I think it's supposed to be there. I asked Vic whenever he was redoing this or whoever redid this section didn't do it right. Oh no, because this is the old Misty Mountains that was never updated. I never did this properly. Okay. Yeah, I need to talk to Vic about updating the Misty Mountains. Never mind, I answered my own question. Right. No, this one also doesn't have it. What? What's I doing here? How did I miss the pass here as well? Yeah, this is out of it's also missing here. I think it was forgotten in both designs. Okay. Well, that whenever I go back, whenever I do Moria, I will sort that out. Okay. So delete. But so what the plan is with okay, so you can't see it on here, but I know where I can look. Well, I don't think I can bring that up on stream. So more or less, this right here is the wold. And a lot of areas here in the wold have these big escarpments that you can't move on. I'm just gonna like use the red. So imagine like if you're trying to move through the wold, there's like a thing here that is inaccessible. Another thing here. Then there's another thing here. I believe, from how the world's designed. And I've been trying to think of what is the best visual way to represent this. These red blobs being like the no-go zones. I don't remember the exact no-go zones in my head, but it's like something like this, I think, where there's only certain ways up through the wold just because of how treacherous the terrain is. And I've just been trying to think, because I feel like the best way to do it is to just visually represent it, just like with cliffs and rocks and stuff, to show the players that it's blocked off. Because it's like something like this, or whatever, like where you can only make it up like this and stuff. Not the wold, the maybe I'm thinking of the round. No, the downs. The wold downs in the north is what I'm referring to. This area right here. This is the wold downs. It's an erosional escarpment. We see it in well, no, we don't see it in that Eastergon. What route do they take in the movie? Like, they really took like the worst possible route. Wait, yeah, there's so many better routes than they took. Well, you can make separate units for campaign than are in MP. So yeah, that can be changed around. I don't think there's any plans to do stuff really like that, but it can be edited around. Oh, but something else I've been wanting to do is, so down here in the jungle, what I really want to do is make it, because there's no like actual real lore for the jungle or plans. I want to make it so that like, at least as far as I remember, there are no real plans. Like that a lot of it is just like smaller well, so the three trolls, that falls under the category of, ooh, that's cool. Like, yes, that would be awesome to include. I'd love to see it. But there's just it's not a priority. It's not even slightly a priority. But what I would want to do is like make big cliffs like coming like this that you then like have to forge through. Like make it so you have to like move along the riverbanks really because it's just too dense. It's like Gondor and I don't know. Like you have to move along just because you can't go too far inland. Alright, so tiles, campaign, tile database, settings.xml, tiles, process tiles. So, we're gonna do this. Hello. I am sorry to disappoint if you're just joining. I've got probably 5 more minutes left of stream. Because I'm processing this. I am processing this. Then I'm processing this. And that. LG, can you post the short, please, if you haven't already. I'm gonna ping you. I don't know if you're still in the chat. Just to get that in, because I want to either send. No, I'm gonna edit. Customization. Add. Wait, how do I do this? But no, we aren't making ends. I'm trying to see. I don't know how to use the YouTube redirect feature, so I'm trying to redirect you guys into a video. I actually don't know how to do it, so we might. So I'm just gonna post the link to. I'm actually gonna post the link to our latest YouTube video. If you want to see the short, it's a fun little short. It's it was just posted, but for now, I'm just gonna post the link to our latest YouTube video, which came out earlier. I'll post in chat here. Give it a watch if you haven't already. I messed up that link. And besides that, I'm gonna have to call it here. We somehow managed to fix Avendum, and in the process broke Rarous. That's kind of progress. Which, honestly, for a day of working on for a session of modding, this is not that bad. So, if you haven't already, check out the YouTube video. I posted a few links to it. If you aren't subscribed or you aren't part of our Discord, join or subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'll see you all this weekend, most likely. I think Saturday or Sunday. You'll see when the thing is posted. I'll tag it in the Discord. Expect another short, maybe 2 until then. I don't know about any other videos. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day, rest of your afternoon, or have a good night, depending on where you are. Bye, everyone.